Quick pro tip, you can go to your video and be able to copy the transcript. So whatever you uploaded, copy here from your clipboard. And now I'm going to go to Gemini. Then I log into Gemini. This is Google's AI. You can, of course, use this with other ChatGPT, any Google. Google just happens to be the one that I like to use, and I'm going to give it a prompt, write times and chapters for this video transcript, and I do a colon, and I just now will paste the Loom description, which is the transcript. So I'm going to copy everything there, get it pasted. Sometimes it will not always paste the correct thing, so make sure that what you're seeing is the right transcript. Everything looks good, and I will press submit. So this is really helpful because it's going to save you a lot of time. It gives you an outline for the videos. It's really great for the cliff notes. I can ask it to rewrite with summary and chapter summary. And times. I like having the times in there because that allows the video to skip ahead when you post this, and I'll show you that as soon as we revise this one more time. So this is great. It gives more of a summary as opposed to dividing up the transcript itself. And I'm going to also make this more of a bullet point. So again, I'm thinking of cliff notes. How can I take this information and really make it useful for looking up later, getting right to the part of the video that I want to get to, and people being able to save time is really what I'm doing right now on behalf of whoever's going to see or interact with this video. That is fantastic. So now I'm really happy with that. So you can see how we went completely from the long list all the way to this very efficient video transcript cliff notes. So I can copy that. You can also go here to share and export, and that will allow you to share it as a Google Doc if you want to save it or work on it with other people. So I am now going to show you how I paste that, and it becomes now an active link. So I am back here, and I'm going to move myself to the right so we can see I went from this great transcript that was automatically done for me. And what I like to do is usually click in here and paste the outline. Again, it grabbed the wrong thing. This does happen occasionally, so make sure you have your Control-C, Control-V. That is a shortcut that is very helpful to make sure that you are copying and pasting back and forth the correct information. So see how that worked excellent. One thing about chapters here is that you need to put the time first for it to show up. So I'm going to go into this chapter section, copy and paste it down here to create the first chapter using their format. And this will be the intro. And so I have times first. And now I can put in the description. Now with this particular program, it's not happy until we actually keep everything on one line. So I am going to make sure that when I press save, it needs at least 2 chapters. It's telling me down here exactly what it needs. So now I have 28 as the starting point. This will be the second chapter. If you want to put in the chapters first, sometimes you just can copy and paste a little easier when you're doing the same thing over and over. And you also then know you've got all the chapters for that video covered. Okay, so now I can put chapter 2. And it is an extra step, but this is all about making sure that the information is accessible. It's made easier for people to access. It's more helpful. And there's added value. Anybody can search online and find a book or chapters or summaries. But when you're able to jump right to the section, this is when you're going to really be adding a lot of value to anyone who comes across your content. So it's worth setting yourself apart, setting your content apart, making it more useful is really going to, every time somebody sees content that you've created or you put out there, it's like they're going to want to click on that first because they really understand how easy you make it. And it's, again, people appreciate these types of things, attention to detail. It goes a long way. And I don't have to spend any money to advertise to get in front of people. This is just kind of building up your reputation by having a fantastic product. And part of creating the digital content is to make sure that your product is helpful, it's effective. And so you can see here, it is requiring that first chapter to be a 0. These are all minor things that you can tweak as you go along. And let's see, I want to make sure we've got, that is chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. Okay. Oh, it seems to not like the actual numbers. So again, I'm going to tweak based on Loom's requirements for chapters. When you're on YouTube, you can just paste it as is and it likes it no matter what you put in. This one seems to be a little pickier. So let's make sure we've got everything there. And now it looks like it's happy. So this is an extra step, but because we save so much time not having to do a transcript, you save so much time not having to summarize, and so much time just knowing exactly where the time stamps for each chapter were. Just to get to this point, that is a lot of time. So when you can automate all that, you can take a few extra seconds or a minute here to put this in whatever format that video software allows you to input for chapters. And now that we're here, you can see it's automatically divided up the video for these sections. So anybody could know right away, oh, wow, I can go here and just hear the part I want to hear again about this. So this is helpful. First time you watch a video, it's great to hear the whole thing. Sometimes you just want to jump to the section or you're trying to review it later. So this is why this is going to become very, very helpful and really add, again, value. So the things that you create, the things that you provide to your community are going to have that extra layer of benefit of why they would want to come to you. I hope this is helpful in terms of a pro tip in how to make your content more accessible, clickable, and useful. long term, always thinking of how can we make this easier, faster, and more interactive so people can get to what they need most and based on what their needs are at that moment in time. So don't just think about the first time they're watching the video, think about the second, third, fourth, or when somebody just comes across the video looking for one very specific part of your video and they're searching that online. When you have this really great index and chapters, that is what's going to make sure that it pops up and is seen. And you don't have to spend any money to do it. Just take a few moments and be aware of the importance of adding that value to your content.